Coming up on News Live at 6, a look at the place of remembrance as the week comes to a close. We remember the lives lost and how SU is honoring them through a rose-laying ceremony and a convocation. News Live at 6 starts right now. Remembrance Week has come to a close. Welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Anjana Dasam.
And I'm Matt Lesnik. 37 years ago, on December 21st, 1988, Pan Am Flight 103 left London's Heathrow Airport, heading towards New York City. As a result of a bomb planted by a terrorist, a hole was blown into the plane.
All 259 passengers, including 35 SU students studying abroad, were killed during the tragedy. The plane crashed into Lockerbie, Scotland, killing another 11 residents.
Today, the 35 Remembrance Scholars gathered for a rose-laying ceremony at the place of remembrance.
That's where we find our Caitlin Campbell. Caitlin, good evening.
Good evening, Anjana and Matt. That's right. For 37 years, this tradition at Syracuse University has been aimed at looking back and acting forward, honoring the legacy of Pan Am Flight 103. Well, today during the rose-laying ceremony, the 35 Syracuse scholars explained how they would continue that motto beyond this week.
The roses we laid today carry an incomprehensible weight. They embody sorrow, agony, and a yearning for those whom we have lost.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made.
JP is remembered for his unwavering kindness and profound strength.
Pam was said to be always singing, always smiling, and always on the go. Something we definitely have in common.
A member of the Hendricks Chapel Choir, and the sergeant in the 403rd Army Reserve National Guard.
I am acting forward through broadcast storytelling.
And I'm acting forward by dedicating myself to the betterment of global education.
I am acting forward as a remembrance scholar to remind those that lives may be lost but not forgotten.
May all be happy. May all be without disease. May all enjoy prosperity. May none suffer any misery. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
And the ceremony today created a shared moment for reflection. And despite the rain, it set the tone for the ceremony as well as creating a nice sense of unity. I'll send it back to you guys in studio. For CitrusTV News, I'm Caitlin Campbell.
Thank you, Caitlin. And the Remembrance Scholar Convocation is held each year to honor the 35 students chosen.
Maddie Ritter is at Hendricks Chapel to tell us more about the event.
On December 21st, 1988, 270 citizens lost their lives to a terrorist attack on Pan Am Flight 103. 35 members of that flight were Syracuse University students returning from a study abroad trip. Each year, Syracuse University hosts Remembrance Week and chooses 35 current seniors to represent those whose lives were lost. Today, the Remembrance Scholar Convocation is being held to honor those students who are working to look back and act forward.
On that day, our students on the plane and our friends in Lockerbie lost on the ground never knew that they had already had their last Christmas or their holidays. On that day, so many here in Syracuse never knew that they had already been with beloved classmates and students for the last time. When the realization that the last time had passed already, it was pretty much unbearable to so many of us here in Syracuse.
Maddie, thank you. And now we'd like to take a moment to honor the SU students lost in the Lockerbie bombing. On your screen is Stephen Russell Burrell. He was known for his sense of humor and warm smile. Kenneth John Bissett was a Cornell student studying abroad through SU. He had dreams of becoming a writer.
Stephen John Boland was a Newhouse student and brother of Delta Tau Delta. He's remembered for his love of the Beatles. Nicole Elise Boulanger was a musical theater major with a love of acting and set design.
Timothy Michael Cardwell was a VPA student and a sergeant in the 403rd Army Reserve National Guard at SU. Theodora Eugenia Cohen had a passion for theater. She even went twice a week to see shows studying abroad in London.
Gary Leonard Colasanti was an avid skier and a member of Sigma Alpha Epsilon at SU. Scott Marsh Corey was said to have an infectious exuberance for life and a great sense of humor.
Gretchen Joyce Dater went to the Maryland Institute of Art but was studying abroad in London through SU. She wanted to teach elementary school art. Shannon Davis studied human development at SU and dreamed of one day operating a daycare.
Turin Michael Ergine was an actor and a member of SU's men's lacrosse team. John Patrick J.P. Flynn was a Colgate University junior and a member of the men's basketball team.
Pamela Elaine Herbert was a Bowdoin College junior who won many academic awards during her college career. Karen Lee Hunt had a passion for magazine writing and poetry. She was a sister of the Pi Beta Phi fraternity.
Christopher Andrew Jones was a junior known for his sense of humor and loyalty to his friends. Julianne Frances Kelly was a prolific writer. She was pursuing a double major in political science and PR.
Wendy Ann Lincoln was an art major specializing in comm design, graphic illustration, and photography. Some of her art was on display as a student art show in London. Alexander Lowenstein was looking to pursue a degree in clinical psychology so he can work in a psychiatric clinic after he graduated. He was a brother in SU's Zeta Psi chapter.
Suzanne Marie Miazga was a grad student who worked as a counselor for drug and alcohol abuse. Richard Paul Minetti was an SU junior known for his life philosophy to make the most of every day.
And Lindsay Otanasak was a junior at Western Maryland College. Her goal in life was to work with deaf children. Peter Raymond Pierce was coming home from Florence where he was pursuing a master's to teach design.
Frederick Phillips, also known as Sandy, was the vice president of the Student Government Association at Syracuse. Sarah S.B. Phillips was a junior at the University of Colorado Boulder. She studied abroad in London through SU and saw many plays while she was there.
Louise Ann Rogers was a senior at the Maryland Institute of Art who was known for her colorful and offbeat personality. Thomas Britton Schultz was a junior at Ohio Wesleyan University who was planning on attending law school.
Amy Elizabeth Shapiro was a passionate writer and photographer who worked for multiple publications during her time on campus. Cynthia Jones Smith was studying fashion and design marketing. She was a member of the Delta Phi Epsilon sorority.
Mark Lawrence Tobin was a Fordham University student. Since he was a child, it was his dream to become a television sports announcer. Alexia Catherine Ciceres was a Newhouse junior who played for SU's women's volleyball team. She was a talented photographer.
Nicholas Andreas Verinos was a photography major, always known for telling people to, quote, go for it. Keisha Whedon is remembered for her love of children and dedication to music.
Miriam Luby Wolf was a lover of arts. She studied dance, dramatic literature, acting, and more. 2 students are also chosen to represent the remaining passengers as well as the flight crew.
In 1991, 2 people were charged in connection with the attack, one of whom was released from life in prison in 2009, but died of cancer 3 years later.
In 2022, a 3rd person was arrested in connection to this attack. His case scheduled for April 20th, 2026, with depositions of witnesses starting as early as November 17th of this year.
We'll be right back with your campus news after the break.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it? Is it good?
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Here's your check.
Oh, you
got it?
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
You're watching CitrusTV News Live at 6 with Anjana Dasam, Matt Lesnik, and Jude Bazerman. And now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Earlier today, SU's College of Visual and Performing Arts held their 5th annual Career Day, an opportunity for students to network and work on their resumes.
Our Holden Sherman is in studio with a breakdown.
Matt, Anjana, VPA Day was held in the Goldstein Auditorium in the Shine Student Center. Students were given the chance to hear panel discussions from featured alumni, schedule one-on-ones to get portfolio and resume reviews with former VPA students, and hear from 2009 alum and graphic designer Saleh Benbury about his new book, I Make Shoes. Students were grateful for the opportunity to connect with alumni and learn from how they can navigate the performing arts industry.
I decided to come down to the event because it was a great space for networking and meeting other alumni who came here, and their inspiration and wisdom to help younger generations was really cool. The panel that I went to, which was really interesting, was your tips on portfolios and networking. It was really interesting in learning how to communicate with others and how important a portfolio is, as well as your communication with others.
I spoke to the head organizer of the event, Caitlin Albright, who said that the planning for the VPA Day takes nearly a year and that all the hard work that goes into the event is all worth it, knowing that VPA students can speak to people who were once in their own shoes. Guys?
Holden, thank you. Syracuse's new traffic enforcement program seems to be effective. The city reported a 41% decrease in speed warnings during the second 2 weeks of the program's grace period.
Once the grace period ends on November 2nd, drivers will be charged $50 per violation.
Syracuse police are warning residents about a new scam involving zone invoices. Police say fake bills have been sent to houses instructing to pay numerous fees.
SPD is advising residents that the city will never ask businesses to wire transfer money for zoning invoices.
And major updates are coming to local nonprofits. Today, Governor Kathy Hochul announced over $11 million in funds for emergency relief for New Yorkers. The money will go to programs that assist with New Yorkers with food insecurity, such as pantries and soup kitchens.
Now, this comes just a week after the USDA announced that due to constraints by the White House, November SNAP benefits for nearly 3 million New Yorkers who are on the program will be withheld.
Now, Anjana, I was just down south for a week and it was 80 degrees and sunny almost every day. I come back here and it's raining a ton.
Yeah, well, we don't see that kind of weather up north, but here to tell us more about what we can expect for the next week is our Jude Bazerman. Jude, what do we have for us?
Not see that 80 degrees and sun anywhere up north, and today is no different. We had that rain really stick around throughout the morning and into the afternoon. That kind of is going away right now with the overcast skies and that 45-degree temperature. It's just a bit misleading. It feels a little bit cooler, so not that much of a difference. Instead of the mid-40s, we're in the low 40s now. Taking a look at the rest of New York State, it's around the same temperature all around. Again, Syracuse in that 45-degree range. Heading out west towards Rochester, it's creeping up towards the 50s. Down south towards Ithaca and Binghamton, it is in the 50s, and that cloud coverage that we see here today in Syracuse, that's the same case all around the entire state. On top of that, some of the places that did see rain earlier, that chance of rain still exists now heading into tonight. Now, let's take a look at our weather here in Syracuse later this evening around 9 or 10 o'clock. Temperature's going to drop off really by what, 1 degree? So not at all when the sun goes down, even though it's kind of creeping down right now. They're not that much of a difference. And that humidity and those cloudy skies, they're going to stick around as well. Chance of rain around 10 or 11%, so not that likely, but maybe bring a coat just to be safe. Can't even speak anymore. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jude. And when we think of the classic sports, what comes to mind? Baseball, soccer, or maybe even football? And while all these answers are valid, there's a sport that's older than all of these.
Our Tyler Oldano shows us the world of European martial arts and the people practicing it right here in Syracuse.
From broadswords to foam swords, the Salt City Historical Fencing Group brings bladed combat from 1452 Europe to 2025 Syracuse.
Block.
Ruben McCabe is one of the group's founding members, and they say picking up the steel just made sense.
I grew up with a ton of different media that depicted, knights. Legend of Zelda has all sorts of sword fighting and stuff in it, and that's been my bread and butter since I grew up, so it was just kind of a natural fit where I just immediately wanted to be like, I want to hold a sword and I want to hit things with it.
While McCabe has been practicing for more than 10 years, Dylan Fifield, one of the club's newest members, is going on about 4 months of practice, but he says he's getting better every week.
I'd say I'm still very much a beginner at all this, but still, I still feel myself improving every single day, or every single time I come here.
But being good at HEMA is more than just studying the blade. It's also about studying the book, too.
There is a lot of treatises, a lot of manuscripts, a lot of different weapons that you can pick up and put down, and there are a lot of different people who have written a lot of different things about that.
And even though it's a very physical sport, Fifield and McCabe both tell me they can't envision ever giving it up.
Good thrust.
Tyler Oldano, CitrusTV News.
Thanks, Tyler. And the New York State Attorney General Letitia James announced the Election Protection Hotline. The hotline is to help solve any issues that may come with voting.
The New York State Attorney General's office will run and process calls and requests sent to the hotline. The hotline will be available starting tomorrow through November 2nd from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And Attorney General James is also pleading not guilty in her mortgage fraud case, which is being pushed by the Trump administration. James is accused of lying on mortgage papers to secure favorable loan terms.
Her first court appearance earlier today starts a legal battle between the Trump administration and a longtime adversary of the president. In a statement, James said, quote, "I have belief in the justice system and the rule of law, and I have belief in America and its individuals who stood with me, not only in New York, but across this nation."
Coming up after the break, I'll have your 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. But with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
TV Weather Center. This is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Well, we know that there's gray skies and mid-40s temperatures right now in Syracuse. Will that continue for the weekend and the early parts of next week? Let's take a look. Tomorrow, it's more or less the same weather we're having now. A little bit warmer than we had today, but those overcast skies and not seeing the sun, get a little bit used to that at least for the next 24 or 46 hours. Heading into Sunday, the temperature stays the same, but the sun starts to peek back out. Now take a look at that low, 29 degrees. We're already dipping into the high 20s. Yeah, that W word winter, it's creeping up on us, but we still have Halloween to keep cheerful of. Monday and Tuesday, those are two best days on the 5-day forecast. Mid-50s, the sun mostly out there with a few clouds scattered in. Those lows around the same as Sunday, but again, you're going to be outside during the day anyways, so it won't really matter all that much. Wednesday, the temperatures are going to stay in the mid-50s, but the clouds will come back out just a little bit. Now, let's take a look at the radar. This is for tomorrow morning into Sunday morning. And that rain, you're going to see how there might be a little bit of a chance of it, but unless it gets blown out, of course, Syracuse should stay pretty dry. Now, I brought up the lows that we have coming up in the next couple of days. Now, let's take a look at what exactly we have. 37 degrees on Saturday, so not too bad. Now, let's take a look at what we have next. 29, like I said, the high 20s. No one wants to see that coming because, again, you know that means November, December, January. They're coming up quicker. Now, let's take a look at our last low, 30 degrees. So Monday is not that much different. Hopefully, some of those lows get bumped up a little bit. Guys, back to you.
Jude, thanks. Not looking forward to those colder temperatures, but the city of Syracuse and pollution have gone hand in hand for years, but one farm is providing a green and healthy space just a short drive away from downtown.
Citrus TV's Jackson Breslin visited the farm and learned more about their mission.
Onondaga Lake and the I-81 viaduct are two landmarks of Syracuse's pollution problem. But a stone's throw away from the constant hum of the overpass stands Brady Farm.
Having spaces like this is helpful on a micro scale. Like, you're going to find more biological diversity in these 6 acres than you will for like miles outside of this.
Assistant farm manager Alex Sandler says pollution is in Syracuse's roots.
I think most of the soil around here is contaminated with lead.
Literally. But it only makes Brady Farm's mission more important.
I think that drives people to be even more invested in finding solutions.
It's one of the only urban farms in the Syracuse area, working to make a city known for being gray a little greener.
These are systemic issues that are happening all over the world. But this gives us a chance to see, like, what can we do in Syracuse to either fix that or emulate that? What can we do to inspire other places to want to solve problems like we solve them here?
There's no easy solution to the problems that plague Syracuse, but here on the farm, it's a reminder that even in the Salt City, there are ways to live and eat healthy.
You can grow food right here in your own backyard. Like, food can come from your own community.
In Syracuse, Jackson Breslin, Citrus TV News.
From the farm fields to the gridiron, Syracuse football is back in action tomorrow against number 7 Georgia Tech. Plus, the Knicks face and rehash last year's playoff matchup against the Celtics tonight. All that and more right after this.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer. She's on the honor roll. She's just not the type.
No way.
No way. No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
CitrusTV Sports Report.
Now, I know what we're all thinking. Do we really have to talk about Syracuse football struggles again? Well, I could stand here and say, welcome into sports, I'm Ben Chadwick. Let's talk about how good the Orange are right now. Or I could tell you the truth, which is that the rest of their season is about as dark as the sky is outside right now. SU plays 3 top 15 teams in its next 4 games. The first of those is against number 7 Georgia Tech tomorrow. If there's one thing you need to know about the Yellow Jackets, it's that there's a bad man at quarterback. Haynes King has led his team to an undefeated record while generating some serious Heisman buzz for himself. The redshirt senior implemented aspects from a variety of elite QBs to perfect his game.
You know, just understanding and being able to see things a little bit more. We got to grow in reference to putting points on the board, putting together drives that either end in field goals or touchdowns. Continue to grow in that, keep the ball in our hands, and just try to make smarter decisions all the time throughout the game. We've got to be a little bit more consistent.
Well, what Haynes King said and what you'll hear later is that he's going to put some heavy emphasis on talking about Lamar Jackson. And similar to that 2-time MVP, King's legs are his greatest weapon. He leads Power 4 quarterbacks with over 500 designed rushing yards and 10 touchdowns on the ground. And then there's the Orange offense. And head coach Fran Brown is well aware that his unit needs to improve, like you heard earlier. But let's hear from Haynes King now.
You know, growing up, it was probably like Tom Brady, just the way that, you know, he controlled everything, controlled the game speed and all of that. And then now, you know, like Patrick Mahomes and then, you know, Lamar, the way that he's able to run around and, you know, create and stuff like that.
In the weeks since Ricky Collins took over, he's thrown the most interceptions in the country, along with a bottom 15 completion percentage. SU's offense has also averaged 20 fewer points per game. Safe to say it's going to take a monumental performance from the Orange tomorrow. And after over 2,400 MLB games this season, the World Series has finally arrived. The Blue Jays host the Dodgers for Game 1 in just over an hour. It's Toronto's first trip to the World Series in over 3 decades, while Los Angeles has made 5 in the last 9 years. Guys, back to you.
Ben Chadwick, thank you so much. When we come back, we'll have one last look at your wake-up weather.
Stay with us.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
CWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Start loving those mid-40s temperatures because that's what's going to stick around as we head into tomorrow morning. 43 degrees when you wake up around 9 or 10 o'clock. Those clouds are going to stick around, but the sun might peek out for just a little bit, and there's going to be some light winds, so maybe a little bit of a jacket. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jude. And as we close off tonight, we'd like to remind students that remembrance applications for next year will open next month. 35 rising seniors will be selected for the honor.
Scholars are awarded $5,000 and are charged with educating the campus about the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. Those selected are chosen based off community impact, leadership, creativity, and thoughtful academic inquiry.
And that's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Friday.
We leave you with one last look at the place of remembrance as SU looks back and acts forward.